Look at Aisha, welcome.
Aisha Yusufu?
No, our own Aisha here. So welcome everyone. Good to have us here. Today is day 58.
That's correct. Day 58.
Day 58. Yes. I think the best person to give us an introduction today he can give us one of why we're here and also lead us on. And then we can take it from there. Mazi, please do us the honors.
So I hope I can be heard.
Loud and clear, sir. And you can also be seen.
Somewhat. I am in a better environment with a semblance of civilization where my face can be seen and probably my voice could be heard as well. So, I don't know, Dr. Mo, what, you specifically may want me to.
Yes, I wanted to do an overview for us, for those who are just going to be seeing us for the first time and watching this, an intro of where we began from and what happened today at the courts. Where are we in terms of the Nigerian dream, reclaiming our mandate, and give us specifics in terms of perspective of what's going on.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mo, and I'll do that as quick as possible. So, and for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we've been here for the past 58 days non-stop. In the last 58 days, we have been in rain, we have been under the sun, we have been threatened to be killed, we've been threatened to be arrested. We've been threatened in so many ways that to a point where those that have won the election but are not happy, those that have won the election, quote unquote, those that have said that they have won an election, those that ought to be celebrating but are begging people to do the barest minimum to say congratulations to them, took over the place that we used to converge as Nigerians, the Freedom Square at the Federal Capital Territory. And in the last 58 days, we have done gone round some of the world-class institutions that include but not limited to the United Nations in Abuja, the AU, the EU, basically the African Union. We've gone to the United States of America and we've made depositions. As Dr. Mo informed us before we've gone live, and we have it on good authority that part of Chi, can you please mute yourself? We have it on good authority that part of our deposition forms the framework for what we now know as the visa ban because of the information contained in our submissions. Obviously, that is not the only thing that informed that, but at least according to what the information we have today, that forms the basis and also as part of. Now, the details, obviously, over time, we will go to know who that made the list. I fondly call that the jump list of the American embassy. So those who are scored the marks of evil, hopefully their names will be there. And as one of the BBC interview, I do not know if some of you have read that article, where the returning officer in Port Harcourt, or rather the returning officer in Rivers State, who said to be a professor at the Rivers State University. And when they went in there to investigate, they found out the gentleman is neither a professor nor exists anywhere in the university. Why? Because the manner of rigging that he spearheaded was monumental. According to the BBC, they have their own tabulation of the result in Rivers State, and it clearly showed an over 70% margin by LP against APC. Now, that is only Rivers. Imagine if we go back to other states, we can begin to see this. So people, put this as background. If you put this at the background, that will help you understand when we say that our mandate was stolen. Many of us here, if this election was conducted in a manner and in an approach as to what we were promised, I don't think it would matter who won that election. If that election was transparent, if the beavers worked, if the IREF showed the right result, and if the transmission was done live, which would have reduced the level of manipulation. I do not believe that by now that anybody we would have looked stupid if things worked the way they ought to. But obviously, things didn't work the way they ought to work. And when people say, why are you guys still protesting? They must also understand, for the first time in a long history of Nigeria, Nigerians on their own came out with their money to campaign. This is no longer the politicians doing it, because when you detach yourself from politics, politicians do that. Politicians lose their money, most times stolen money. It doesn't concern you and I. But this time around, Nigerians on their own spent their hard-earned naira, kobo, pounds, euros, dollars, whatever currency it is. Now, to tell them that in the year 2022, after spending time working under snow, under scorching sun, to spend their money to run campaigns, and you tell them, oh, we've rigged it, we've got someone who now getting ready to govern you from the diaspora to be there, you have not elected him, would you be happy? Hence, we are here. You see it when you know that Nigeria of 2023 is no longer the Nigeria of yesteryears. Today, at the Presidential Electoral Tribunal, there was some altercations there. And I will leave it at that in that altercation occurred what we now know as the Apapanisation of certain individual. On that note, I yield and I say thank you very much, Dr. Moore.
And yes, we are going to be apapine everything today. That vocabulary that has now been imputed in our, what's it called, lexicon. It is a new, whatever you can call it, that has now been part of our lexicon, part of our dictionary, it's become part of our lingua franca. And so today, I want to see how many people here are ready to apapa all the people who are coming against everything that is right in Nigeria. We want to apapa vote riggers, apapa vote ballot snatchers, apapa those who have bought over INEC. Yes, we need to apapa the INEC chairman, apapa the police IG, who has the gusto to come out, haba, to say that you will now begin to deal with people who are coming out to protest. Where was the police IG when ballot boxes were being snatched? Where is the police IG when all kinds of people were being burnt and killed and ransacked from their polling units? Yeah? We are going to apapa you. This is what will happen, because you cannot use illegality to correct legality. What we are doing is rightly within the ambit of the law. And Nigeria definitely is not a zoo where you just wake up and say whatever you want to say. So we will show everybody the way. We will apapa you. How many people are ready to apapa tonight so that we can take the discussion to another level? We got about less than 40 minutes to spend here. Let's see those who are ready to apapa tonight.
I want to apaparize.
Please.
I want to apaparize.
Go ahead and apaparize.
I want to
go ahead.
I want to apaparize. Seriously, I've never been proud of Nigerian youth like today. I just want to honestly encourage, if this is the way we have to follow them back to back in Nigeria, if we just hear film, say you collect, say you dey corrupt, say you do anyhow, wallahi, when this was happening today, I felt like going to drag Mahmoud wherever he was. I felt like the same thing should happen to Mahmoud Yakubu. All of them that have decided that we will not have peace of mind in Nigeria. Anywhere we cite them. If you watch even old women, youth, everybody, join hands, apaparize them today. Old men, old gagos that will not go home and rest and sit as elder statesmen. Of course, which counsel do they have to give? As wicked as they are, liars that they are, corrupt as they are, diabolical, occultic and everything as they are. They don't have anything to offer to us. They have nothing. I saw it all. Again, to the lawyers in Nigeria, lawyers, judiciary. Hey, what was that today, okay? The ones very close to us. In fact, we had to tell them to be very careful. As young, you say young lawyers, young lawyer. Is this what we will see and encourage our children to still go and read law? If this is what law is all about, no child, in fact, I won't encourage even my enemy to go and become a lawyer. Where you see white and you call it black. Where you see red and you swear that this is white. Hey, I've never been disappointed watching people, blatant liars. They were even laughing at themselves, at their lies they were telling, conscienceless, knowing that this thing they were doing was detrimental to destinies in Nigeria. They didn't think that the Nigerian youth, their children even, will watch some of these videos and what they will learn from them is how to lie, how to cheat, corruption. That's what they will learn from them. Too bad. Too bad. You know what? Nobody they jackpot for Niger. We dey here. We and them, we dey for this country. We go see the end. They collect from our hand anywhere, any place where we meet them. Their wickedness is second to, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know how to describe it. People that the only language they understand is cheats. Broad day robbery. I wonder if they will ever bring any armed robber to the court any day and the judge will condemn the armed robber. Because no armed robber is as bad, as evil as these ones. They kill, they maim, shed blood as if it's nothing. Armed robber will enter your house and collect money and go. But these ones, they kill on top. So one begin to wonder what the judiciary Now it has become a slogan. Anybody do something, say go to court. If you don't like it, go to court. No more respect for the judiciary. No respect. But you know what? We keep hopes alive. Still reminding them that they are sitting on top of Nigerians' destiny. They have more than what? Do you understand? This, listen, let me tell also. Do you know how many of them that paid agents? Pampas. Somebody called him Pampas today. Pampas. What? I don't even know. Controversial name that he bears. Will go at his age. No respect for his children, for his grandchildren, for his great-grandchildren, for his generation yet unborn. He went to collect money from another party to come and still jeopardize the future of Nigerians. Look at him. What kind of enjoyment again does that man want? What does he know he wants to enjoy? Today, honestly, I went for him. All I needed to ask him was, how much you collect, Oga? How much? Whether we go fit. But you know what? I think we made his case. We made his job very easy for him today. Because those that paid him may not crucify him. Those, after all, is these people that didn't allow him to function. Nigeria needs to rise again. And we need to join energy together. We need our voice as one voice to be able to achieve this. Talking to my fellow Nigerians this time, in unity, in oneness, together we can achieve our target, our aim, our goal, which is one new Nigeria, a workable, a working Nigeria, Nigeria where everybody will matter, Nigeria where hunger will be a thing of the past, a Nigeria where you carry your bag to go to anywhere and you are respected, a Nigeria where the common man will have a voice, a Nigeria where when you are, you know, when you go to court, you get justice. A Nigeria where students can proudly go to school, study very well, and come out and become. Do you know what? Many of the students have lost interest in school. Mommy, why will you push me to go to school? Daddy, why will you push me to go to school? I go to school, I waste my years in the school, I come out, there's no job. I come out, one stupid old haggard man want to sleep with me before I get a job. That is not the Nigeria we want. We want the same Nigeria where students in school were receiving bursary allowance. A Nigeria where you make first class before you come out of school, job is waiting for you. A Nigeria where you go to school, graduate from school, you come back according to your discipline, you have a job. That's the Nigeria, the new Nigeria we fight for. And we are not giving up. We can't be frustrated. No. By the grace of God, we are strengthened by the day. And our success, our victory is sure. That's my confidence. I yield the mic.
Gracious. Thank you. Thank you. Tessie, Comrade Tessie, please go ahead and Apapa.
Thank you, Dr. Mo. Today is a day of mixed reaction between sadness and ending the day with joy for what has the Apapanisation of the Babalawo Apapa, the criminal that came as a rat, not even a good rat, a church rat that came to steal, and he was Apapanized. But to begin, I want to call on the US and their mission for trying to validate and endorse an illegality. I ever knew that the visa sanction is just a joke, a mere joke. I would have expected that the US, if they are serious about helping Nigeria or helping Africa indeed to be a democracy, they should do what they did to Russia, to impose sanctions on. They did not even impose sanctions on Russian government officials. Whether you are a citizen, you are a businessman, as long as you are a Russian, it affects. They impose sanctions upon you. And that was the same thing that happened to the former manager or the owner of Chelsea, the Chelsea club. So they can impose sanctions and freeze the account and the resources of Russian businessmen or Russian nationals. But our politicians, the only thing they say is we're visa ban. Why don't you seize this, do the same thing you did to the Russians, and do the same to these criminals? Seize all the assets that they have stolen and amassed in your country. Block the accounts and return those resources back to Nigeria. You bring a fake list, a visa ban list. And if at all that list even exists, then make it public. Do us a favor and publish that list so that we can know our criminals by name and their children and their allies, so that anytime we see them, we call them ole, ole everywhere. And because what I'm saying, I had a privilege to speak with one of your diplomats in Mexico in an event when we had a conversation. And he said that the American and the West are not interested in Africa, neither they are interested in the democracy in Africa or the people of Africa or our nations. And they are not even interested in our resources as much as the stability of Africa. I asked him, what do you mean by the stability of Africa? He said that the West and the US do not want any situation where Africa will collapse and Black people, Africans, will be flooding the coast of their nations. And that is the reason why whatever it takes to maintain the stability of Africa, even if, and he said, even if Osama bin Laden was to be revived and made a president of any African country, the US would deal with him. So no matter how bad a leader is, as long as they get into power, the US and America and the West will always deal with them, because what they want is the stability of Africa so that Africa does not collapse. So you guys only do eye service, talk on the media, but what is your interest is to protect your race, to protect your borders from Africans to come and pollute, in his words, your nations. So you support our criminals when they need guns to kill their people, you supply it. When they need to rig election, you stand behind them. And when they succeed by rigging, you congratulate them. And then you bring us a list of visa ban. America, I say to you, UK, I say to you, the West, I say to you, we don't need your fucking visa ban. If you are ready to help Africa, then stop taking side with the oppressors of Africa. And if you do not stop this, what you are trying to prevent is just a matter of time. That day will come that bomb will explode and Africans will flood your boundaries and your nations. When the Soviet Union fell, you guys rose up and built those nations. In Africa, you bring your guns and your bombs and give our oppressors to kill us, to destroy us. You guys came to Nigeria to come and rescue one individual. You brought your best team. Nigerians are being killed every day like flies with your guns. And you don't care. Now, I want to take my protest now to Rabiu Kwankwaso. During the election, you spoke about integrity. You spoke about what you represent. You represent the new order. You represent integrity. You represent honor, what Buhari was not. You even criticize him. You criticize Tinubu. Now, you have gone behind the door like a thief, like a rat, like a cockroach that you are. You are negotiating a deal with the same government, the same people that you said that you were different from. It's a shame, Rabiu Kwankwaso, that with all the noise that you made, you came a distant fourth with just 2 million votes in one state, which you control. Now you are going to strike deal to sit on the table to eat and dine with the criminals that you called them at that time. This shows that you guys, you Nigerian politicians, you can't be trusted. You cannot be trusted because you deceive the people this side and you take the other hand this way and dine with the devil. So from today, don't ever come out to tell any Nigerian about integrity, about honor, about respect, because you do not represent any of that. And then to round up on a happy mood, I was almost losing hope about the Nigerian people, about the Nigerian youth, until today. The youth decided to apapanize the court and fumigate cockroaches and rats, disgrace them, and take them out of the court. I was so happy, but I want to caution that what happened today, the paymasters of their papas will not sleep. They will go and regroup. Probably by Friday in the next adjournment, Apapa will still show up, and he will show up with the Agberos, the gangs that they keep on the standby. So with what happened today, by Friday and going forward, we need to enforce more and double our effort and energy. If we have to become a morale, a war, or an armored, we have to be, because they will come back. They will never give up. They have never given up on destroying Nigeria, and they will never give up this time. So we have to be vigilant, because they will regroup and come back. And I want to say kudos to the Nigerian people. I want to say kudos to everyone, but we must be more vigilant than ever. And we have to fumigate and apapanize all these criminals out of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you. Ned Gideon.
Before I get apapanized, I'm really feeling very, very bitter this evening. Reason one, how on earth have we been going about talking about proceedings, talking about petitions and all that? And in the whole goddamn earth, we are being told that INEC provided only 28% of what is required. So what has INEC been doing? So is it that they are, okay, obviously they are intentionally withholding vital information, withholding evidences to prolong the whole court sittings? Why must we Nigerians be used as a plaything, like not be taken serious? How in goddamn earth will a whole INEC see about 2 million people and take them and be taking them for a ride at each time? I don't just get it. Like I used to say, this is see finish of the highest order. Like see finish of the highest order. You look us into our eyes and tell us to work and shit on our head like you will not ever say anything. Who the hell are you? Who the hell do you think you are? I am INEC of Mahmoud or whoever. You're not God. And again, this evening, I want to also take my prayers straight to the judiciary. I was having an argument, or let me not call it an argument, a conversational kind of talk with an APC loyalist. And he was really bragging and saying that come next week, I will see what will happen. And come next week, I'll see that the whole street of Abuja will be colored with Jagaban's T-shirts and Jagaban's caps. That I'll watch and see that Jagaban is going to share the caps, share T-shirts across FCT, and is going to share money to everybody. Are you trying to bribe us to make us happy to accept your swearing in or inauguration? What the hell is wrong with you? Who the hell do you think you are, Tinubu? You think you can just come and kick us around and play with us, with our emotions, with our future? I don't just get it. Where do you guys really, what do you guys really take this nation for? Do you guys think this is one place you just come play your Lido, and do you think we are chessboard? You just play us as chess and all that? And he went ahead to say that even this person, he said, he mentioned this name, I've forgotten, that the person was bragging that even the statement that the CGN would read at the Supreme Court or what, that he can bet his chest that to tell me that Tinubu has it, Tinubu has a copy of it, Tinubu knows about it. Who the fuck do you think you guys are? You think this is your parlor, your father's parlor? Do you think Nigeria is one place that you just come and toil around like that? If that it has been happening before, does it mean we should continue allowing this to happen? I don't just get where we think we're actually pushing this whole thing to. It's very, very annoying and I go to SN and like, okay, once even Tinubu enters there, this one is actually going out for medical this, and that means this is how we're going to continue. This is not good for the nation. That he has intelligent people around him that work. Is that what we deserve? That's what we should be. Is that what Nigeria deserve? Is that what we deserve? A president that cannot attend to issues by himself, that people around him will have to be the one to work for him, and all he have to do is to pen his signature, even if it's right or wrong. And you, as a citizen or as a Nigerian, you are aware of it. You're very confident telling it to my face. Who the hell are you? What do you think this country is? I don't just understand what's wrong with us. Are we loyal to this country, or are we loyal to our political party? Do you think if you get worse, it will not affect me and you? Do you think I'll be the only one suffering it? Oh, you have immunity because Tinubu is from your tribe or from your political party. Do you think so? Don't worry. This country, Nigeria, will apapanize you according to my comrade. Then you understand. I don't just have much. I'm just very bitter that some of us know the truth and we are still supporting evil. You're supporting evil because it belongs to your political party, because it comes from your geopolitical zone or your tribe. Tinubu is not fit for this country. Tinubu is not fit to be president. Tinubu should not be sworn in. I don't know where everybody's getting the wherever to console themselves, to make it feel right. There is nothing you would say about it that makes it feel right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right that people went out on the 25th to vote. Do you know how many people died defending their vote? Do you know people who for example, Jennifer that went viral, she almost lost her life defending her vote because she wanted to vote. And you just came, that means nothing to you. The blood of innocent means nothing to you. You just come trample upon it and all that. People stood up late at night to protect their vote all the way to 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at night. And to you, it means nothing to you. Just come and undermine everything and just choose someone for us. And you know the truth and you're supporting it because it's like it favors you. Who the hell do you guys think you are? This is Nigeria. This is not your father's parlor. This is Nigeria, and I'm an equal Nigerian as you are. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian, so you don't have any right over me in this land. This is my country. This is my father's land, and you can't tell me nothing. Thank you.
Fortunatus.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, we've been on the street throughout today, and the issue came up. The Apapanisation of the people trying to Apapanize the Labour Party, forgetting that we Nigerians, we cannot be Apapanized. You try us, we deal with you accordingly. I don't have much to say this evening. I've listened to every one of us here, and we have spoken our mind, spoken to the authorities in the right direction. All I want to urge us is to keep fit and continue to be strong, to continue to be resolute in our pursuit for justice, for equity, and for fairness. We will continue to promote peace. We will continue to protest. We will continue to speak within the ambit of the law. We will continue to do what is right until others who are in the wrong direction turn around to be in the right direction. Nigeria is not a zoo. We are a country that is blessed with human and several uncountable natural resources. The giant of Africa, we say we are. Yet we keep going the wrong direction. Nigeria is so big. Nigeria is bigger than anyone. I am surprised at what is happening from 25th, what has been happening from 25th of February 2023. Some few people trying to tell us that there are more Nigerians than we are. Some people trying to tell us that Nigeria is a commodity. Nigeria is a piece of product that they can buy with their illegitimate money. For crying out loud. We are a great people. And nobody can make money from an illegitimate means and come to ride on the rights and on the interest of every other Nigerian. We will not allow that to happen. Judiciary, you have the integrity of Nigeria as a constitutional enclave to protect. I keep saying it often on and on, that Nigeria is governed by laws, electoral laws, constitutional laws, that makes us unique as a people. If we don't have these laws, we won't have electoral guidelines. But because we have these electoral laws, they form guidelines for us. And no single individual, not even Mahmoud, can just wake up from nowhere and tell us that no, he has the right to select. He has the right to determine who becomes the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If he had the right, then why has he been spending the taxpayers' money in printing ballot papers, in carrying out voters' education, in granting interviews telling us how far he has gone with the electoral techniques, with the electoral technology, the bimodal, the beavers? If he has the right, why all that? Why spend such billions? Why not just say, okay, Nigerians, I have decided as the INEC chairman to anoint one or two to be your president and your vice president. There is no need for election. You should have done that. So he must, and every Nigerian must respect that electoral law. We must respect that constitutional provisions that makes us a unique people. We cannot fail ourselves, and we cannot allow others to fail us. No, enough is enough of all this rubbish. That is why I'm at the same time this evening calling on the judiciary that the life of Nigerians and the life of Nigeria as an entity is before you to save or to destroy. If you don't want us to live as a nation governed by law, as a democratic nation, then they should go ahead and do otherwise and declare someone who did not meet the constitutional requirements as president. Then they will see how the nation will become. These are more natural things than you think that exist. Because we have these laws and these laws are guiding us, that makes us natural. That makes us powerful. Therefore, we cannot, if we cannot do things, if we cannot conduct ourselves within this ambit of these laws, then we are powerless. Then we are non-existing. Then we are not to be called a country. then we do not have a territorial integrity. Habamana. I still wonder why some people will come out and they will think that the party affair is greater and way beyond the national affair. They will think that individuals' interests, individuals' affair is way beyond the affairs, our national affair. Come on, we've come beyond this. Nigeria's matters most. Nigerian life matters most than any individual, than any political party. Habamana, I don't want to talk much this evening, but I know that the judiciary must do the right thing. And this incessant delay and waste of time, the judiciary should look into it. I'm happy with the news of what the judge said today, telling one of the political parties that you guys are trying to waste our time here. I will not allow that. And I adjourn this to Friday. And I want to thank them for that steps and encourage them that they should do everything within their possible limits to give fair, credible, and just judgment so that the right person can be handed over the governance of this country by May 29th, 2023. Thank you, and that is all I have to say tonight. God bless us.
Thank you. Joel, Oche, and Salem, I don't know how you're going to do this, but you're going to take 1.5 minutes each to express your Apapanisation tonight. Joel, Comrade Joel.
Thank you so much for opportunity given. Yeah, tonight my protest and Apapanisation is going to be on point of law. One, there's a ruling against Apapa that is not Labour Party chair. So if that ruling is really true, why should he be allowed to parade himself down to the tribunal hall to distract? Then that should be a sponsor coming from enemies of Nigeria. We don't want it. So I call on judiciary, I'm also presidency and international community to give a proper sanction, not to distract the process, that we don't want any delay. We don't want any distraction. Let it not be used for talk to penetrate through here and then distract all what we are working for. Then on point of law number 2 is Amazon Web that play host to INEC portal. They have spoken that hinges that INEC claimed was not so. That there was no hinges where the network was free, the network was okay. That it was just internal arrangement. We did ourselves not to upload presidential election. So judiciary, tribunal, take it up and ensure that the right thing is being done. And also I want to reiterate again on a point that someone spoke on earlier on the, the requirements that the documents that INEC supposed to present to court. Why up until now they have just given us only 28%? It just shows that INEC are not sincere. They are trading with life of Nigeria. And then they are also breeding what I will refer to as chaos in this regard. Then, point number 4. Nigeria is a secular state. Whether they take it from us or they don't take it from me, it's a secular state. So every person, including presidency, should remove religion, should remove anything that will throw us into war, and let us face the reality. The reality is this: the person that wins the election should be given as at when due. That is come May 29,
Thank you, comrade.
2023. Thank you. And again, Nigerian youth, let us wake up. Don't follow. Let us do the right at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you. Comrade Salem, please take your 1.5 minutes.
Good evening, comrades.
Evening.
Yeah, I thank everybody. I don't know if Njenje Media is still here. I just want to briefly say thank you, Njenje Media, for updating us. So I love the update. It keeps us going, and then for us to know what is going on, and then also Dr. Mo as well. So my protest tonight, let me just go straight. We have a lot of work to do, plenty work on our neck. And the wordplay at the court today about Apapa and the group is as serious as reclaiming this mandate. So I think it's not something we just have to wish and then it goes out. Perhaps it might be the beginning of a big problem. So I think something has to be done. I don't know, but this is a very serious infighting among Labour Party members. So I think something has to be done. So that's on a lighter note. Then my protest also to INEC that hasn't done anything well. I can say since the creation of that body. Now that the election is, the petition is on, and then they've been required to provide all the necessary materials. They never allow LP and the other political parties access to their portal and a lot of other things. Now in the court, they refuse to bring all the evidences required by the court. So my protest to INEC is more pressure on INEC. They should bring all the materials, all the evidence that's been requested from the court. Also to the judiciary, we shouldn't relent. We should also put more pressure on the judiciary. They should also know that we are all eyes on them, that we are looking at them, we are observing, we are monitoring them, that they should do the right thing by giving the best judgment. That is what I have to say tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and have a good night.
Beautiful, and this brings us to another day, Comrade Austin. We have come to the end of the program. We'll give you 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Go ahead, spill it. Comrade Austin, are you there? Okay. All right. Am I the only one? Because I can't hear him. All right. That being said,
I cannot hear him too. Yeah.
Fantastic. This is our summation tonight. This is where we're pouring our angers tonight. I'm going to let Comrade Jennifer, who is also the co-host tonight, to give a closing remark on today's protest for all the things that we've addressed, rightfully so. It is allowed to discuss the inter-party problem with what's happening in Labour Party because it's been brought onto national scale to disrupt a court hearing. And so that is why we're tolerating it here today. But gratefully, I think what also happened was so beautiful and good because it's been nipped on the board, and that's very important. Regardless of party, whether it is APC, PDP, or Labour, the evildoers to every time the internal integrity of any people are compromised, then they are susceptible to being destroyed. And that brings me to this point too. For those of you who have been paid by Agbados to come and disrupt our rallies physically, you better get ready. Those of you who come to the rally ground chanting OB and Labour Party, you are enemies of progress. This is not campaign. We are coming to the court to demand for the judiciary to do what is right, not to come and be chanting the name of any presidential candidate. That's evil. That is setting up the presidential candidate against the Constitution of Nigeria. Coming to be chanting Labour Party is simply saying that you have been bought by the enemy. You can't come to protest to be chanting PDP or APC or Labour Party or chanting Atiku or chanting Obi or chanting Bola Ahmed Tinubu or Kwankwaso. Anybody who does that is an enemy of the state. You are setting up Obi, you are setting up Labour Party for destruction so that the government can find a loophole to come and destroy the people. We are going to come against you.
Yes,
yes. Some people have been paid. Open your mic, everybody, open your mic.
Thank you. Yes, Doctor, I'm in support of your
that's right.
Yeah.
All of the enemies of progress will go ahead calling Obi so that Obi can be arrested. We know you.
Yeah. We are coming after them. We will never spare them.
Friday, we'll be waiting for all of you on Friday. We'll be waiting for you on Friday.
Give them
all these parochial, nepotistic, small-minded midgets that come to reduce national issues into parochial party sentiment. We're coming against you. You have been paid by Agbado to come and be chanting Obi in the courts. This is not campaign season. Campaign is over. What you are trying to do is to set Obi against the judges, is to set Obi against the state. You are the enemy of the state.
They are evil.
Campaign is over. Some of them even brought campaign materials on the ground.
Because they have been paid by Agbado people to bring up Obi T-shirt and Labour Party so they can disrupt what we are doing.
Bring Obi poster. They are
Can you
evil.
We need to catch them, castrate them, and apapanize them.
That's the only thing.
No, we need to mention his name so that it will go viral, so that people will avoid him.
Mention his name. Let's know him, Biko.
Who is that person that has been paid by Agbado? What is his name?
It's Barry. They call him Barry. I don't know his real name.
Please, we want police, DSS, and other people to know it's not a part of Free Nigeria movement. Free Nigeria movement is an apolitical party.
Okay, I will resend it now.
I told them that immediately I came out from the court and saw what they were doing. I told them this is not part of this is not what Free Nigeria movement. In fact, that we are out. We are not part of that thing they are doing.
Free Nigeria movement is not there for Labour Party. We are not there for APC, PDP. We are not there for OB. We are there for the right thing. We are there saying that person who don't steal any vote for OB, don't steal for Atiku, don't steal the person that has the highest vote, just give it to the person.
That's right. That's what we stand for.
That is where we are standing.
That's right.
That's right.
We are not out for anybody. We are here. We are coming out to tell the judges that they must do the right thing. They should not collect money from Obi. They should not collect money from Agbado. They should not collect money from Atiku.
Campaign is over.
We are standing.
Just the right thing.
Today, we are making it. We put a disclaimer on Barry and his cohorts and all those who are chanting Obi and Labour Party. We are not a party to it.
At all.
And we will write to the IG and write to the DSS and tell them that is not, we have not done that. We are for everyone, we are for nobody. We are on the path of justice. We are Nigerian youths. We are not even obedient, we are Nigerian youths.
And some men,
absolutely.
And some men should stand at the gate of the Court of Appeal.
When we come back to do campaign during the next season of election, when INEC gives their time, everybody can go into his own party. As it is right now, we are angry Nigerian youths who are demanding for constitutional rights to be done. That's what we're asking for.
Absolutely.
Yes. If you can prove it, if you can prove it that Agbado won, give it to him. If you can prove it that Obi lost, then we are fine. If you can prove it that Atiku didn't win, but you must show us by evidence, and you must pass our result from the beavers into the iron.
Yes.
Yes.
That is all we are asking.
Yes.
We are not there for any political party. We are not there for any politician. We don't support. We are not parochial. We are there for Nigeria. We are asking for the right thing to be done. Barry and all those who have collected money from Agbado today, we deny you. We reject you. Perish with your money. Those who want to cause Obi problem and go to the court and calling his name, we are not a party to it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If it's possible to have the
It's not possible for us to. It's not possible for us to stop them by use law enforcement agency.
We have already said this message. This message is going to go everywhere, and we have it on record today that we are not a party to what has happened. This is our disclaimer. By tomorrow, we are going to send a press statement out from the Free Nigeria movement. Because freedom comes
I really
by
love what's happening in the
struggle.
court.
Freedom comes by struggle. Freedom comes by struggle. Freedom comes by struggle, by struggle. Freedom comes. Like we are going to do right now. We are going to place our hands on our chest, not because we are going to do the PDP anthem or the APC anthem or the Labour Party anthem, but we are placing our hands on our chest to do the Nigerian anthem. Our allegiance is to Nigeria, not to any political party, not to Buhari, not to anybody, but to the Constitution of Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
That is why we are standing here. And if you are here after the count of three, let's say the pledge. Let's do our national pledge. 1, 2, 3. I pledge to Nigeria, my country. To be faithful, loyal, and honest. To serve Nigeria with all my strength. To defend and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God. Good night and God bless you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Comrade Mike, good night.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Dr.
Good night.
Good night, Maureen.
Everybody.
Good night,
Dr.
Manuel.
Good
Good night. Victoria, good night.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes,
Good
sir.
night.
I miss my